Welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing great where you are. Now, if you notice that I am filming a video in the same outfit that I wore in my dish vintage haul video, it's because I am. I'm actually filming 2 videos in one day. I have the time to do it, and when I do have the time to film, I utilize that time well. So today is another shopping haul. No dishes, but this is a vintage antique shopping haul. I do have one item, however, that is not considered vintage or antique at all, but it is a candle, and I did get it at our local antique mall, and the candle company is based here in Ohio. So that really motivated me to purchase it, to support a local candle company in the state I live in. So it is from Swan Creek Candle Company, and the scent is in pumpkin vanilla, and it smells amazing. So this is one of their little jars, and it retails for $14.99. They have the bigger ones, and it smells so good. And I thought it was interesting on what it said on the label. So it says the proof is in the blooming. Blooming or shifts in color are intrinsic to our clean burning candles, brought on by the reaction between pure soy wax and high percentages of quality fragrance oil. Candles not blessed with blooming often contain paraffin or other additives. When purity counts, by the bloom. Their website, if you're interested, is www.swancreekcandlecompany. And the inside looks like that. And it smells so good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Dan helped me pick it out. We also got some of their wax melts, but we've already started using those. I think it's lavender and lemonade. Dan picked those out, and it was weird because he smelled the lavender in it and I smelled the lemonade. So go figure, right? But got that, and they have an entire area in the antique mall that I go to where they sell all of their candle products. The next thing I got, and I did try to look for information because I have a little cheat sheet right here. Like I said, I like to try to find as much information on the products I buy if I can. So many years ago, I remember watching Dances with Wolves, the movie with Kevin Costner. And there was a scene in there where he is grinding the coffee, right? And the Indians come and he makes coffee for them, and he's sitting there and he's kind of going like this. And I remember seeing that movie and thinking, you know, that's cool. Like, that grinder's cool. You know, and you see something like that and you just kind of put it in the back of your head. Well, when we started hitting the antique stores for dishes, I had told Dan it'd be cool to find an old-fashioned grinder, you know, that you can grind your coffee. Okay. They're not hard to find, but finding specific ones can be hard. There's 2 types that I like. One I bought, I'm going to show you that one today, and I'm on the hunt for another one. I was able to go to a website that's called, let me see, and Molly is out there. She wants in, but I know if I let her in, she'll want back out. thecoffeewave.com and the How to Date an Antique Coffee Grinder, the Complete Guide. So they actually provide a list of antique coffee grinders by brand names. So I wrote those down to keep my eye out because there's a few different types I like. But this one I definitely liked, and it's right here. So it's right there. And I think it's so beautiful. Now, here's the thing. When they're talking about how to identify your coffee grinder, they said one of the things to look for is the casting, or the finger joints. The finger joints on the coffee like holder part itself. And I noticed that mine has the joints. It's where the two pieces of wood, they call them finger joints, it's where they come together. And I noticed that mine has that all around it. And then it said, pay attention to the cast iron on top and the handle. And then it said, cast iron, your coffee grinder could be late 19th century or 20th century. Older ones have the finger joints. The newer ones have the nails that connect the wood. Mine has the finger joints going around. So I'm going to go with possibly mine being an older one. Sometimes it says look on the actual cast iron part to see if you can get a date or a potential name on this. I even looked on the inside. I still couldn't find it. I love the way it sounds, right? I saw when we opened it, I noticed it did have a label, but the label was so worn, and it's right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I'm like, that's a bummer, because that probably could have been very helpful information for me to determine possibly the make of this in the year. But that's still okay. I love it. It is definitely worn. The cast iron is definitely worn too. And I put a little bit of treatment on it, but yeah, we love it. Now Dan, because I'm not reselling this or anything, Dan did put like little stoppers on the bottom for me, because when I put it out on display, I don't want it to, move too much. The next thing I got, and this made me think of my aunt, because she used to have a candy dish like this, my great aunt, who lived in Houston, used to have a candy dish, but it didn't have the handle. And I just thought it was a pretty candy dish. I'm assuming that it potentially could have been a Fenton that she was using, because when I saw this, I was like, that reminds me of my great aunt's candy dish that she had on her coffee table. So I picked up this right here, and it is a Fenton basket, and it's got the bamboo handle right there. And I just fell in love with it, and I figured maybe I thought this would be cute like during the spring at Easter time to put out, maybe put some flowers in it or put some Easter colored candy in it. I don't know. I just love it. But you could also use it for Christmas time too, and do something with it. As a matter of fact, you can use it all year long and do something with it. But I thought it was really pretty. So this is a Fenton, and I picked this up as well at an antique store. The only thing is I can't remember the prices of everything. I know this one was under $30. And I think the coffee grinder, if memory serves me correct, was $40 or $35. When you go to an antique store, they take the tags off, and the the person who's checking you out keeps that. I don't know if they keep it for their record for what booth it came from or what. Even if it's a sticker, they remove the sticker, and I see them putting the sticker in front of them, and they're doing the SKU, and they're putting that into the system. And I didn't think to save the receipts. Now I'm going to start saving the receipts, guys, okay? But I do remember how much some things cost. And if it has firm, that means you can't negotiate the price. But if it doesn't, you might potentially be able to negotiate the price. It doesn't hurt to ask at checkout. Sometimes booth runners will have a sign that says everything in their booth 10% off, or everything in this section on clearance, or something like that. Sometimes booth renters actually have things marked down. You don't know it until you go to checkout. The next item I got 15% off. We went to checkout, and the gentleman who checked us out said, I can give you this item for 15% off. Come to find out, that booth person, everything in their booth was 15% off, even though they didn't have a sign. So I ended up getting this old grater right here. Now I have this downstairs. Mine's just very modern. I like the look of this, and I love the fact that the handle is all cricket. It's so funny because my dining room table, my table in the entryway, they look distressed. Even my formal dining room table, it looks distressed. It's got beat up marks in it and stuff, but it was made like that. And I love stuff. It's like my coffee grinder right here. The wood's chipped. Does that bother me? Absolutely not. To me, that's part of its character. So to have this handle all cricket like this doesn't bother me. It's part of its character. The only thing with mine downstairs is that it's got 3 of these, of this. It's got one here and one here. My mom has one of these, but again, hers has one here and one here. I remember using it when I was a kid, but I loved this. It was I think it was $4 and change, but I got it at 15% off. The next thing I got was this. I'm really excited about. So I actually got this in my local community antique store. So I am not a crochet sewer. Like I don't do crochet by hand. My mother-in-law does, and my sister-in-law does, and my mother-in-law, she makes some of the most beautiful things. She's made me blankets, she's made me scarves, and I love them all. So she showed me once how to do a basic stitch, and at one time I knew how to do like a crochet square, but I haven't done one in a very long time. She would have to show me all over again. But when it comes to doilies and those being crocheted, like she knows what to look for to know if it was like made in a factory or if someone actually made it by hand. And I have doilies and I have them sitting out in my home. When my dad passed away and my mom downsized her home, she gave me some of her doilies that belonged to her or belonged to her mom. So I do decorate with doilies. But I had been looking for some more, and I ended up coming across a tablecloth, giant tablecloth doily. Here's the thing. I wasn't sure. I suspected it was made by hand, but I wasn't sure. So I went to the antique store, and I was looking around, and I saw this beautiful crocheted style doily that was a tablecloth, and I was like, that's beautiful. And it had other things sitting on top of it because the person who rented the booth, staged everything. And I looked at the price and it was $12. And I was like, wow, because this thing is big. It's for a big table. And I didn't want to move everything because she had it on a table, and then she had like little tea sets and everything. I didn't want to move stuff, but I wanted that doily crocheted tablecloth. So I went and got the owner of the store, and I said, there's an item I want, but there's things sitting on it. And she says, oh, thank you for coming to get me. And she went on ahead and moved it. And then she goes down and she goes, this is $12? And I said, yeah. And she's like, wow, you're getting this at a bargain. Well, when I got it home and I laid it out to look at it, Molly's still at the door. Let me get her, guys. I know she's going to want back out the minute she comes in, but hold on. I let her in. I don't know if you can hear her little collar moving around. Hello. I think she's going to go lay down in her bed, but I bet you she's going to want out. We'll see. She's standing by her bed. Now she's going in her bed. Maybe she'll lay down. Sometimes she wants in and out and she can't make up, her mind. I know she doesn't like the door closed, but anyway, so I got it home and I laid it all out. It has a couple, if you're familiar with doilies, sometimes they'll get like that yellowish little brown staining. There's a couple of little spots on there like that. Doesn't bother me at all, even though my mother-in-law told me how I can get those out safely. But when I laid it out, and I'm going to show you because I'm going to go ahead and lay it out, I noticed a string. And I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to pull that. Don't pull that. Don't do anything with it. Leave it alone. So when my mother-in-law came over for a visit, I showed her and we laid it out. And she noticed things that I would notice. But she's more of a crochet expert because she crochets by hand and she's been doing it forever. And she started noticing little areas where there's like little tie-off knots. If you're a crochet person, then you probably know what she's talking about. And it's where you tie off your yarn or your thread or, you know, whatever you're using to crochet with. And then you start a new section and you keep going and you tie off, or you tie off because you stop for the day. She kept noticing these little tie-offs. And my sister-in-law, who also crochets, was looking at it, and she noticed a couple of tie-offs. And that's when my mother-in-law was like, you got one that was handmade for $12. And I'm like, yes. She's like, Rachel, that's really a bargain. So I'm definitely going to show it to you right now. I got to lay it out, so let's check it out. Okay, here it is. Isn't that beautiful? And this is what I was talking about when I talk about a little bit of yellowing. Do you see it? Right in here. My mother-in-law told me how I can get that out. But honestly, guys, I kind of like it. It gives it that vintage look. It doesn't really bother me. But it is absolutely gorgeous. I love the ends, how it's gathered here so it can fall on the dining room table. And you can lay this out on your dining room table and underneath put like a solid cotton tablecloth, like a solid blue, white if you want to go really white, or a pink, or black if you want to, you know, any color tablecloth underneath, and I bet it would be beautiful. But I just love this. I think it's so pretty. And like I said, I got it for $12, and I wish I can find a knot tie off. But my mother-in-law was finding them all over. She's like, there's one. And then my sister-in-law is like, I found one. So yeah, very beautiful. I thought I would share with y'all really quick how it would look on a table. So this is our kitchen table, and I love how it cascades down. It's just beautiful. And I don't know if you can see, but underneath I have a baby blue linen tablecloth, and this is how it looks to give y'all an idea. I think it's beautiful. I love it. Very nice. Also, guys, in case you were wondering what I did with that vintage antique grater right here, I got a piece of fabric and just ironed it and laid it over. And then I made these last year out of wood and put cardstock over it. So I just have those striping down, and then I put a little bit of baby's breath in there. So that's what I did with the vintage antique grater. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I just think it's gorgeous. And then to put your really nice dishes on it and have a meal. I love it. Anyway, so the last item, guys, is another crocheted doily, and this one is more like a table runner. So I can either put it down the center of the table, you know, just lay it there on top of my dark oak formal dining room, or my everyday kitchen table. You could also take it and put it over like a you know, just a side table, depending on how long you have one. I'm thinking about putting it on the table in our entryway, but it's right here. And this one also had a string. I got this one for $8, and it is right here. I'll show you. See this string? I don't know if y'all can see. I don't want to pull it. It's a tie off, and it's in the corner, so I'm just leaving it alone. I'm not messing with it. But it is right here, and it is just, like I said, it's just a long table runner, and it is just beautiful. I thought about putting it over the fireplace mantle too. I thought that would be pretty. We'll see, but yeah, this right here, I got this one for $8. So, and this one's got a little bit of like a browning. See, there's something right there. I don't know. I'm not messing with it. Right here, there's like a little bit, I don't know if y'all can tell, but there's like a little bit of a browning going on right there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. See, right here, I don't know, there is there's like this little tie off here, and you could see it. I don't want to touch it. I can't confirm that this one was handmade, but the thing that I'm seeing again is like a little string, a little tie off, potentially, yes. I got this one after my mother-in-law left. I just recently got this one, so I haven't had a chance for her to look at it. But it is beautiful, and I'm either going to use it on the table in the entryway, or on my dining room table, or the fireplace. Or the nice thing about these, you can kind of switch them out and change them around your house too. But yeah, I have always had doilies. Like I said, my mom gave me some when she downsized, and I definitely use them around the house. So, but yeah, guys, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think. Did you see something that you liked or that caught your interest? Let me know. Again, always let me know if you like to vintage shop, antique shop, and just share with me. I would love to hear, especially the things that maybe you collect as well, or what you're into. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by today and hanging out with me. So till next time, y'all have a magical day and a magical week. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Y'all take care.